Okay, let's go ahead and get started on this there, folks. Welcome back to another TPMPC Twitch stream. I'm your host, Strange Bear Jim, and today, as you can see, we are going to be once again getting back into doing some Pega development, Pega learning. We got some continuation of videos to upload. Um, I'm getting into the spot where I've I started up work, which really slowed down my streaming, so I don't have nearly as many daily videos as I did prior. Um, so um, so it'll probably be fairly easy to catch up ish. um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens on that. One of the things that I've also been kind of thinking about is like one of my worries is that, what would happen if, God forbid, some person comes along to my channel and decides, hey, I'm gonna take it over. I'm gonna hijack um, your YouTube channel and makes one kind of think about that a little bit because I put a lot I have like a lot of videos uploaded, um, all of which are the typically like 4 hour VODs, and um, it um, it concerns me a bit because if that was to happen and they start deleting videos, I don't know if YouTube has any kind of right, backup, of their files or anything along those lines. Do they back up the, do they have like version control kind of thing on on people's uploads? Um, I kind of doubt it because that would be a lot for them to try to take, or for them to try to maintain that. So I would imagine no, that's probably most likely not the case. But I don't know. I don't know what YouTube has in their background to handle that kind of situation. And, there's no way for me to contact anybody there. I don't have any like direct contact. I'm too small of a streamer and, well, too small of a content creator for me to even have any kind of consideration for a direct contact at this time. So, um, so I don't know what I'd do if that was the case. What would happen with my videos? Um, I mean, as it stands right now, I've had to, you know, uh, videos that I stream, the VODs go to a couple of external hard drives that, one that I own and one that I borrowed from a friend of mine. Um, but I mean, even those don't have infinite space to them, so yeah. Oh well. Another problem for another day, I guess. Um, but you're not here for that. You're here for some Pega Academy. Oh, we got Genshin Impact later on tonight, so stick around for that if you're watching this on stream. If you're not watching this on stream, feel free to join me. Um, come on by, swing on by if you can. You know, I know I have some people that are chatting with me from probably on the other side of the on the other side of the planet. Um, so I understand. you don't need to stay up. You know, you know, me going at 2 o'clock, my time might be 2 o'clock in the morning on the other side. So I understand. I get it. You don't have to stress about that. Okay. I'll still have these videos uploaded, VOD and all, so you can consume those at your leisure. Okay. So, um, so what's going on with Pega? Well, um, first, let me get some business out of the way here first. Okay. First thing, um, I have no like direct affiliation with Pega whatsoever. Okay. They haven't really contacted me and said, hey, we see that you're doing a lot of Pega things, how about we support you? Or, I haven't gone to them and said, hey, I'm doing streams. Can you maybe, show me some love or something? No, that that hasn't happened at all. Okay. Personally, I don't really expect that to happen. Okay. So, um, so please, if that's a thought in your mind, remove it because it's that's not happening. Okay. Um, a couple other things to mention. I am not an authorized training partner, and this is not an instructor-led training. Okay. Do not consider it as such. Okay. Because one, I am not an expert in Pega. Okay. I'm working towards my own certification in system architect. Okay. Um, I would expect instructor-led training would be from someone at Pega that knows the ins and outs of Pega and how to manage it, how to answer questions. They know, where to go, what to do, and how to go about doing it efficiently for you to be a professional. Okay. Okay. So, um, uh, you know, at least I would hope so, because the instructor-led training doesn't come cheap. Okay. From what I saw, it was like $5,000 just for a class, and that's uh, what was it, like maybe 2 weeks worth of classes. So yeah, um, that's quite a lot of money for a short period of time. So uh, you better, if you do go with instructor-led training, you get your money's worth out of it, because otherwise, you know, um, you're gonna, uh, it's a disservice to you. It's a disservice to your people that are joining you in said training, um, and um, it's not gonna help you when you go out into, um, when you take that certification that hopefully you'll get, take it out into the real world and you have no clue as to how to go about doing the work. Okay. Um, so don't do that to yourself. Okay. Ask those questions. So, all right. So I'm currently working on the system architect mission. There is also the business architect mission that kind of goes hand in hand with the system architect. These two missions here are the same. The only difference is the business architect has these two separate modules here that are not covered in the system architect. Okay, so once we are done with these two missions, then I will cover these two modules for anybody that is actually working through their business architect. Um, and I may try to get that certification myself when the time comes. But for right now, we're just kind of going through the missions, going through the modules, going through the challenges. So there's still a lot to cover. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we are still in the low-code app builder extended. As you can see, 5 hours and 10 minutes remaining. Um, so But we are getting fairly close to the end. Let's see, we got customizing dashboard, designing a mobile app experience, calculating fields using decision tables, and inviting users to an application, creating users and roles. So there's 8 more modules and challenges before we get into the mission exercise and the mission test. Okay. Now, um, in the previous mission, the mission exercise um, did indeed take quite a long time. So I will have a full length video of that missions exercise. Um, I've it's timed, so I might not be able to talk too much during it. And um, I had some difficulties last time. I did the low code app builder, not the extended, but the app builder. So, and then of course we got the mission test afterwards. Now, unfortunately, they tend to copy the questions from the module quizzes, which I feel is a really big disservice because um, they really should change up the questions, in a small part, in a small way. Okay, they don't need to change up like it entirely, but maybe reword the questions or something along those lines, or maybe give some different examples in there or something that will, that kind of makes you think, about the questions that they're asking and the answers that they're providing. Okay, because um, otherwise you're just going to be looking through these modules and kind of memorizing the module quiz or memorizing the questions in the module quiz, and that doesn't really help. Um, you don't want to memorize the questions and the answers. You want to understand the questions and the answers. So there's a difference, you know. Um, if you just memorize the questions and the answers, the certification isn't going to cover those questions and those answers. Okay? So you're going to get to that certification exam and you're going to be like, um, I don't know how to answer this question. But if you understand them, if you understand what they're asking for, if you understand the topics, if you understand the material, you know, understand the key words and so on and so forth, then, you know, you'll hit that certification and be able to, look at each question, you know, in its entirety and find, the keywords that you need to find, see what they're looking for. And, obviously, for the questions that are like, multiple choice, you know, knock out those wrong answers immediately. Get rid of those. Okay? And then look at the remaining answers if you can. Um, it's not, it's not an easy test. Um, when I tried um, back in Pega Platform 8.6 was brand new. Um, the uh, the questions had keywords that had elements of Pega 7 in there, and that threw me off because I didn't know about anything from Pega 7. Our particular trainer didn't do a damn thing about teaching us about Pega 7's keywords or anything along those lines, and nor did they update their certification to handle the changes that was made since Pega 7 to 8.6. So, but bear in mind, okay, when you go out into the real world, you're going to be talking with individuals okay, that have been in the Pega market, working with Pega since 7, since 6, since 5. It's like you're going to be, communicating with other developers that have been working with Pega for a long time. So they may hit you with keywords that you've never heard before. Okay. So sure, you're coming in new and you can offer the new tools and new low code applications that Pega offers, but you're going to be talking with other developers that that aren't familiar with the new keywords and the like. Okay. They changed up their keywords, from one to another. So um, so don't feel like some of the keywords that I'm mentioning here was their standard, when they first created Pega. Okay, because it might not always been. So just bear that in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and get into customizing the dashboard. I've talked enough. Well, I've talked enough about everything previously. No. Okay, dashboards. Dashboards are landing pages that are customizable by end users. Dashboards consist of widgets that consolidate summary information and key performance indicators, KPI, from different sources and present it in an actionable format. Dashboards contain the information necessary for a particular role to help increase productivity. By default, Pega Platform uses role-based interfaces, which includes a dashboard tailored to a role. For example, when a user with a manager role signs in to the Pega Platform application, the user is presented with a dashboard tailored to include information necessary to manage the users who complete work. The manager might see the number of open cases and overdue assignments to better manage the workload of their direct reports. Okay. Organization. A template offers and defines the layout of a dashboard and divides the workspace into slots. Slots are containers for one or more widgets, which are elements of the user interface that display information about the application and KPI, key performance indicators. Right? You got to remember that one. Whenever they do any kind of acronym, remember their, what it means. KPI, key performance indicators. That display information about the application and key performance indicators. In the following example, the left and right sides of the workspace are divided by a two-column template. Each side contains two slots. The slots of the left contain the cases entered by me widget and cases by status widget. The slots on the right contain the Teams widget and the report widget. In the following image, click on the plus icons to learn more about the widgets. Okay. We don't really have that much in this particular topic, so just giving you guys a heads up on that. Okay, cases entered by me widget. The cases entered by me widget displays the cases you have created and their status. Cases by status widget. The cases by status widget displays cases by their current status. Wow. Could you add a little bit more here there, guys? Teams widget. The Teams widget displays the teams you belong to. Yeah, that's. I might need to redo these sentences. Feels very off. Report widget. The report widget allows you to select a particular report to display. In this case, the case volume is shown. I mean, there's more than case volume, right? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Let me go ahead and suggest an edit here. Um, and widgets image with the plus symbols. Um, it really didn't feel like there was much explanation. Yeah, I always add that I in there. Um, to the um, to the slots, and it felt like um, a little touch of bad grammar um, on at least one of the sentences provided. The suggestion is to maybe rewrite and add more details. Uh, okay, personalization. The default dashboard is assigned based on the user role. The developer can configure the dashboard for a role by publishing changes to the default dashboard. Then, end users can access the published default dashboard assigned to their role. End users can also personalize the default dashboard by publishing changes to their dashboard instance. If end users personalize the dashboard, the changes that developers publish to a default dashboard do not override or reset the personalized dashboard of end users. Custom landing pages are landing pages that are built as part of the application. End users are unable to customize the landing pages. Custom landing pages are typically built as a landing page to navigate to listed objects. Pega platform provides various templates that allow developers and end users to organize widgets differently. The provided templates have different numbers and orientations of slots. Switch templates and add or remove widgets from other slots to personalize the dashboard. The following image displays the available templates. And there you go. I don't really need to go over all that. I mean, if you really want to, you can, but um, I don't know if the certification really went into like, oh my God, you know, name 3 out of the 10 templates that are available or something along those lines. I don't think they ever did anything along those lines. So, um, if they do, that's quite a bit there. But um, now, if they were to give you this kind of image and said, "Hey, match the template to their appropriate image," then um, I mean, they might do something like that. Again, I don't know exactly why they would do something along those lines. Um, I don't know. I could see them, in some cases, I could see someone asking you um, to kind of get a basic understanding of that. Okay, it's basically like um, um, you're going to a job and your manager basically tells you, "Hey, I need you to create a new landing page with a two down orientation." So if they do that, then yeah, you're probably going to want to get to know what the available templates are. So, okay. Identify two key elements and functionalities of a dashboard. Choose two. All right. Slots provide spaces for widgets that display key performance indicators, which can then be acted upon. Sounds about right, but we'll hold off on that for a little bit. A dashboard allows multiple user roles to access the same information in the same space, so everyone on the team can see the same information. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, you wouldn't necessarily want them to be, you wouldn't necessarily want multiple different roles to see the exact same thing, you know. Um, you want to have, each role should have their own like customized, um, you know, something customized for them. So dashboard templates allow only developers to customize workspaces, which ensure consistency across end users. Hmm. I don't think it's. I don't think this is the one. Um, I think they allow for anybody with the App Studio to be able to um, generate those workspaces. Dashboard templates allow both developers and end users to organize widgets differently, which increases individual productivity. That I can see. So I don't see the third one being the best answer. I don't see the second one being the best answer. So I think it's 1 and 4, but we'll see. Let's check. All right, that's correct. Slots which hold actionable information, including key performance indicators, are defined by the template. Pega platform allows both developers and end users to customize their dashboard, including which widgets to view in which slots. Dashboards that contain quick access to information that is necessary for a particular role help increase productivity. So if I was to refresh this and we were to pick the other two answers, let's see what the wrong answers would say. Um, it's this one and this one. So check the answers. Okay, so each user role has their own dashboard because information action needs to differ depending on user role, which is kind of what I was kind of saying about that. So to have like one dashboard cover you know all the roles in the entire company, um, you know, wouldn't be very effective. Okay, because you're putting a lot of information out there that some people don't really need to see. It's like saying, "Hey, maintenance team, I need you to, we're gonna give you all the financial documents of, of the entire company." You see what I'm saying? It's like you're probably not gonna want to have that be like available. Um, at the same time, you know, they might be able to, like a person on the maintenance team, for example, might be able to actually access said financial documents and maybe mess with them a little bit. Again, something that you might not necessarily want to have happen. So, hence the reason why, you know, make sure to, separate them out. All right. End users can also personalize the default dashboard by publishing changes to the dashboard instance. If end users personalize the dashboard, the changes that developers publish to a default dashboard do not override or reset the personalized dashboard of end users. Now, bear in mind that, um, sure, end users might be able to have their own dashboard, but don't don't do it in such a way where you're you're not like allowing for any kind of change either, because let's say it this way. if if the developer like changes a widget and the end user says I don't want to use said widget, then you might have a problem internally in your company, um, as to what should be used, and there's going to be like a power struggle there. You're going to have some issues along those lines. So on one hand, obviously it's a good thing because you know, um, and us devs, we're not going to know everything that the finance team is going to necessarily be needing. Okay, so we could try, but we might not know all the little nuances that they may need. Okay, they can try to explain it to us, and we will definitely try to work with them on getting it, set up to the way they want it. But to expect us to know everything in the financial world like right off the bat is ludicrous. So um, so yeah, we got these two as the answers for that one. Okay, let's go on to the module quiz. And this said 10 minutes, but I only saw 3 questions here, so we'll see. You are an end user who wants to customize your dashboard to include your work list. How do you achieve this? Create a new dashboard landing page that uses the work list page template. Okay. Create a work list landing page to add to your dashboard landing page. I don't think that's what you want. Updated your dashboard template from 2 column to 2 down. Why would you want to do that? You don't need to do that. Update your dashboard to include the work list widget. I think it's this one. Um, because I mean, you're not, the dashboard template isn't necessarily changing the contents of your dashboard. Okay, you want to include your work list. changing the, what the template looks like from 2 columns to 2 down isn't going to include the work list automatically. So this one doesn't work. Create a work list landing page to add to your dashboard landing page. I mean, creating a landing page just for your work list might not necessarily be necessary. Um, and so, and um, the the wording there is also a little suspect. Um, again, I'm not an expert at this, so I'm just kind of coming at it, you know, from my own perspective here. When you have a work list landing page and you're trying to add it to your dashboard landing page, those don't really seem to really feel like they mesh well. Okay, you're talking about two different landing pages, so I would look at that and go, wait, are they, are they kind of creating a little bit of a problem there in that you have, you're creating a different landing page, right? So would that landing page like squeeze into another landing page? That doesn't really seem to make that much sense, right? So that's why I look at number two and I feel like there's a lot of problems in that particular answer, and that's why I'm feeling like that's not necessarily the right answer. Okay, so I look at number one. Create a new dashboard landing page that uses the work list page template. Um, so from what I was reading, it sounded like you were kind of creating your own new dashboard. Whenever you needed to add something to, whenever an end user needed to add something to their dashboard, they were essentially kind of creating their own new dashboard landing page. Or at least that's the impression that I was kind of getting from that. Now it could be that I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the word choice here. Okay. I might be having a little, maybe I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to like nail down, you know, what a landing page is, what a dashboard is, what a page template is, so on and so forth. Okay. Maybe I need to kind of go back over through that information again to really kind of um, nail that particular wording down properly. Um, Now, could it be the fact that they didn't do a good job explaining it? Could be. Could it be my brain just didn't latch on to those words properly, or maybe they're having a hard time with the definitions? That's totally possible too. Um, but um, what I'm what I'm little worried about in this particular instance is their usage of work list page template. Um, and uh, maybe I'm misreading or something like that, but I don't know if this is like the proper wording for that. I could be completely wrong. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing right now, okay? What my brain is kind of responding to right now, okay? So, um, you know, I saw them talking about, widgets and how you can add widgets into the dashboard and so on and so forth. So that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards the fourth answer here on that, but it might be wrong. So, okay, nope. According to them, this is the correct answer. So I got that right. So now what I should do after I get done with this particular quiz is come back to this question and see what the feedback says for this one particular answer. Why is it wrong? Same with the second answer there. So we'll probably repeat this module and the module quiz again to see what they state about, why it's the incorrect answers. So you can gain access to your work list by adding the work list widget to your customizable dashboard landing page. Um, so yeah, that's what I fear is the key word here. Customizable. So Um, so you being the end user, you can customize your dashboard landing page, versus creating a whole new landing page. So, all right, which of the following two statements are true about the dashboard? Um, each role-based interface includes the dashboard tailored to the role. Maybe, maybe not. Each role-based interface includes an empty dashboard that must be customized with widgets tailored to the user's role. No. They use the default one, so that isn't correct. Role-based interfaces must be created and customized for the roles used in the business. Um, Again, I think you have like default interfaces, so you don't necessarily need to create and customize them. But the whole must be, I don't think that's correct. So the dashboard should contain all available widgets for a specific role to help increase productivity. Um, No, no, I don't think you should contain all available widgets, because um, you might have people in those roles that might have like different work that they might need to do. So while they still might have that same role, like, hey, you know, I'm a developer, he's a developer, right? But we might be working on two different side projects at the same time. So why would I need to necessarily see what he's kind of working on, when I have my own focus as well? So I don't think that this one's correct either. So, um, but I'm running out of options here. Dashboard displays key performance indicators and operational information about your application. Sure. Each role-based interface includes a dashboard tailored to the role. Again, um, I don't think this is completely true. Oh boy. Um, because okay, so you have a default dashboard. Okay, that's pretty much given to everybody once they start. Now you can, when you create, more roles and like you can create more, dashboards that are tailored to said roles, but you don't need to, and it's not exactly empty. So I don't see this one as a possibility either. So I mean, is this one really the only choice available left? According to them, this one is incorrect. Um, which I was thinking, but I wasn't sure on that one. So, oh, I mean, I look at all four of these, I'm like going, this doesn't feel like it's correct. So, um, Now, I would have gotten that wrong on the certification exam, which again, will be a point marked off on you. So, when you're taking these quizzes, you need to be absolutely certain, you know, in your answers on these, because when you get that at certification, if you get a wrong answer, then it's done. Me selecting this right here, there is no like half points or something like that on the question. You either get it right or you get it wrong more often than not. So if you get it wrong, there's 1 point off your score at the very end. So, and believe me, it it factors in. So, um, I'm gonna use this one because the I don't think it's the second one, because you get a dashboard, that's default. So you're gonna have to tailor it, you know, for the role. Okay, it's not the other way around. It's not like, hey, I created this role. It's gonna be automatically creating this dashboard, tailored to this role automatically. No, I don't think it's the second one. And it's definitely not gonna be empty. So that's why I don't feel like it's these two. So the third one is probably the next best one out of the bunch. We'll see if I get it right. Um, okay, drag the template image that matches the dashboard into the Dropbox on the right. Okay. Um, oh, okay. So, you have, you know, you have a top, you have a left, and you have a right. So, it's not reversed, it's not right column, it's the two down. So, there you go. Finish. And the results is I missed that second one. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a retry. Okay, um so we know that we want the third one here for this particular answer, right? But we want to see what it says about the others, right? So um let's go and let's see what it says about the first one here. It is not possible to add a new landing page into an existing landing page, as I was kind of talking about before. Landing page into a landing page doesn't really work. That's not correct. So, um, okay, we got the two down again. Okay, now we got this one here. So, um, we know that this one is the correct answer from our previous attempt. But we also know that um, this one isn't correct. And I was basically saying that, hey, you know, uh, specific roles might have, specific widgets to them. So adding all available widgets doesn't work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select these two here and see what the feedback is. Okay, so each role-based interface includes a dashboard tailored to the role. I don't, I don't know how that's a thing. I'm gonna need to look into that a little bit more. But let's go ahead and look at these answers here, right? So role-based interfaces must be created and customized for the roles used in business. Pega provides one out-of-the-box portal, the user portal. So, um, so yeah, then you have a default portal, you know, given automatically. So you don't have to create it. You don't have to create this. When a user logs into the Pega platform, the user is presented with a tailored dashboard that includes information necessary for their user's role. For example, a user with a manager role might see case information related to the workload of their direct reports. Each role-based interface includes an empty dashboard that must be customized with widgets tailored to the user's role. Okay, so sure, um, um, when a user logs into the Pega platform, user is presented with a tailored dashboard. Okay, but here's why I'm looking at this last answer here, and I'm saying that this isn't necessarily correct either, because you still have to generate this tailored dashboard for that user. So, um, um, you know, uh, maybe they need to reword this a little bit, because it sounds to me like this is saying that it's automatically generated when you develop a role-based when you develop, you know, a role, you know, it will automatically generate a dashboard tailored for that role, which, doesn't seem like that would be correct. So, um, so we're doing these two as the correct answers. Um, and we'll go ahead and finish this. Now that should give me the 100%. It did. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to that one, um, the one question about. Okay. Well, first off, um, let me go ahead and offer a suggestion here. Oh, hold on. Let me. Uh, According to the quiz answer, um, it sounds as though when you develop a role, it auto generates a dashboard for said role, but aren't they just given the basic um, user portal and would need to customize um, when the role is first created? Um, it sounds like the answer might need a um, slight rewording um, because it sounds like they are getting a auto generated role based dashboard from that answer. All right. Okay. That one. All right. Now, we did. I've already explained why, this one doesn't work. So there's really no need for me to do feedback on that. It's, um, this one is given. We already know, hey, this one doesn't work. That one was an easy one to kind of remove. Okay. We know that that one's the correct answer. We know now, well, I was kind of already kind of leaning that way anyway, but creating a landing page to put it into a landing page doesn't really work. You're talking about, um, you're like saying, hey, I'm going to create this web page to put into this web page. It's like, wait, what? you know, what are you doing? That doesn't really make any sense. You get what I'm saying? Um, so the next thing that I want to check is this new dashboard landing page that uses the work list page template. Let's see what they have to say there. End users can only have one dashboard landing page. It, well, I mean, that doesn't add, that they're creating a new dashboard landing page. I mean, that doesn't, there's, yes, sure, they can only have one dashboard landing page. That doesn't mean that they can't create a brand new one if they really wanted to, but, whatever. Additionally, a work list is a widget, not a dashboard page template. Okay. So, um, I mean, hey, you create a new dashboard landing page, they're going to use that new landing page. Supposedly, that's the whole idea of creating something new, right? It's not like I'm going to create a brand new landing page and suddenly go, okay, I'm going to switch off between these two different landing pages. No, it's landing pages where you start off at. So, um, so to say that, um, you know, you're right. They can only have one dashboard landing page, but it doesn't necessarily need to be the default dashboard landing page kind of thing. Can you have a different landing page? For said user, for said end user. Um, Now, granted, they say that you can customize it, so in a sense, you are kind of creating your own different landing page, but it's not necessarily, it's um, I don't really like the what they're trying to imply there. It's like you can never have a different dashboard landing page no matter what. That doesn't sound right. Um, because I mean, you would think that you'd want to have a little bit more, flexibility in terms of, you know, what's available. So yeah. All right. So that's it for today's Pega session. Um, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna get to the challenge tomorrow for this particular, for that particular topic. Customizing the dashboard. Um, and we'll continue, marching forward. So yeah, that's where we're gonna go ahead and end this particular video there, folks. So for those of you that are watching, on stream right now, um, you know, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Um, I'll continue on with my regular stream. For those of you that are just kind of watching this on YouTube after I upload this video, um, just know that anything that you can do to, you know, basically tell, hey, YouTube, look at this guy a little bit more, hey, users of YouTube, come to this channel, see what he has. That would be fantastic. Okay. Um, you know, any small thing that you can do is always a blessing. So, the comments, the likes, the subscriptions, they all help. So, um, I'm thankful that um, I've actually grown quite a bit ever since I've been doing streaming here on YouTube. I think I've grown like 20 subscribers in just in a couple weeks, and that's amazing. I really appreciate that. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed. I appreciate it. Hopefully you'll continue to, watch these videos, join me in this journey of mine. We'll see, maybe I can actually make this into something, that, can allow for me to, you know, be more full time. But we'll see. I mean, it's not exactly an easy climb. Okay. Um, because I got bills to pay, and obviously right now, YouTube isn't going to cover it. That's for certain. I haven't even gotten to the point of getting to, um, you know, even allowing for monetization of ads. Um, so we'll just keep on, keep on pushing forward, keep on, finding that path to bigger and better things. And hopefully you'll join me on that. So, uh, so thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll catch you next time. But we're going to go ahead and end the video now. Thank you very much.